Well, good evening, everybody. It is Brad.
And Christa.
With the Big Family Homestead. Yay! The crowd goes wild. And we are excited to be with you tonight. We have got a topic that I was looking through the chat, and I have a feeling we're going to have some people that will have some strong opinions.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
We are going to be talking about public education. We're also going to be talking about secondary education, higher education, what is going on with our kids, what is going on with the money involved. Wow. And we'll get into that in just a little bit, but why don't you say hi to a few folks, Mama?
Hi, folks. Daniel, God is my judge, armed American patriot, mom's 13, Barbara, quilting and gardening, Pepperly, Phoebe Long, Mary Brown, Jean Marie Jellybean, that's cute, Joint Chiefs of Prep, Mike DeFuzzy, Deidre Ruse, Tammy Hansen, Hubbard Homesteadish. I did get your text, but I can't answer just yet. My Revival, Tina Trevino, Cheryl Williams,
and
Scott Franklin,
many more.
Yes.
Especially our buds over. This is how we rock.
Yes.
Boom. You know what? You guys deserve a boom today. If I can find it. Where's the boom? This is how we rock. That's how we rock. And roll. So, okay. Stuff just to recap while we're waiting for folks to kind of get in here. Recap of the week. I think the biggest thing in the week would have been the testicle incident.
Poor Puzzle.
She's gone.
Okay, I have to say, the comments that you guys made were great, very encouraging. My favorite comment on that video
you got to tell them what we're talking about.
This past Friday, you guys saw the video on Saturday, but on Friday, our donkey Puzzle.
Who's a biter.
He's a nibbler.
He's a biter.
He's a mouth, he just likes to touch.
And bite.
Not hard. Anyway, he is of the age where he's a little frisky. So we had him castrated because having a donkey that is gelded is a much nicer and sweeter animal.
And we're going to have this donkey, presumably, they say 50 years.
Yeah. He's going to be
willed.
We're going to have to will him to our
kids.
Children. So, yeah, and we're going to have to make provisions for him and I think Hope is going to be the one that gets him because he's kind of her donkey.
Hope is always out there with him. Hope is always out there riding him. Well, not now.
Not right now.
But
no.
In general. And so that is the testicular issue.
Right. So
it was an interesting procedure and fast.
Yes.
And
it has to be fast.
The thing that shocked me was that they didn't sew it up.
No, they have to leave it open because if any bacteria gets in that wound or the cut, the surgical site, then it can become abscess and the animal could die. So they have to leave it open to air to allow any drainage or anything like that.
Well, and I think the main thing that the vet said for it being open was because there are fluids that are still going to be coming out. Mm-hmm. And if they sew that up and they stay in there, that's when you're going to have a problem.
Right.
And so I just was like, you just leave it open? And they're like, they sprayed it down with a bunch of stuff, hosed him down. And they're like, yeah, well, that's just what you do.
Yeah. You do the same thing with pigs. We remember that.
That was nearly traumatic.
Right. But my favorite comment from that particular video was that Puzzle was missing a few pieces.
Yeah.
There was 2 people that commented. I know Tyler Woods was one, and I honestly cannot remember the other gentleman's name. Sorry. But that literally, I laughed out loud. I think we were in a place where it was supposed to be quiet, and I laughed out loud.
Yeah, it was really funny. But so Puzzle, he's getting better. I think Hope is always, she's so cautious about these animals, and she's looking for any reason for there to be something wrong. And oh my gosh, I've got to rush in there and fix it. Well, this is normal. They said there's going to be a lot of swelling but he's up and he's down and he walks around and he's no big deal.
He's rolling around, which is what he likes to do to kind of, scratch his back and get dirt in his hair, which really drives her crazy because she would just groom him and then he would roll around in the dirt again.
Yeah.
But, funny enough, I won't tell you where we were at just yet, but I was at a place today and just happened to be sitting next to a veterinarian. And the conversation came up to
always goes to testicles. Always.
No,
every
we
time.
were talking about animals.
We could be at Disney World and it's all like, hey,
and have
you guys had anybody castrated lately?
You can tell when
castration's on their mind.
A person is a doctor or a veterinarian. A veterinarian is a doctor, but she was very graphic with whatever she was talking about. And I was like, well, since we're on the topic, we had our donkey castrated, and she suggested a cool water bath, kind of, not a bath, but a soak. So she said, take out the water hose to him and just have it run down his hump, his butt. His butt hump. His hump,
yeah. Look at this. This is how it goes. His lovely lady lumps. His lumps. His lumps.
Stop.
His lovely manly lumps.
Stop. And that cold water will just go down and just kind of clean the wound and just help with the swelling.
I'm just doing what you're doing. Oh, good evening to Bandana Grandma. How are you?
There.
She has an excellent channel. If you've not checked it out, you should.
So that was just a funny thing, that just happened to sit next to a veterinarian. And the conversation just
always goes to testicles. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I mean, I'm sure it happens to you guys all the time. Just be in church, maybe at a funeral, lean over. So, how the boys doing? No. So, hey, Kiwi Patriot from New Zealand.
Is that the Kiwi
Homestead?
Yeah. Is that the same? Did you guys change your name?
Well, hello, regardless.
Anyway, yeah.
Other stuff that's gone on this week, it's been a blur, really. Because it's been all
only Monday.
Week. No, I'm talking last week.
Okay, so Friday, what did we do Thursday? Okay, Friday,
there was the castration, C Day.
And then CT Day, really.
No, just C Day.
Castration of testicles, CT. Anyhow.
C Day.
So then after that was done, we started in the garden. And then stopped with the hands. I stopped making fun of me with my hands. I'm helping. Just stop.
Collaborate and listen.
It's back with the brand new mission. Anyway. So Friday, after the castration, we were in the garden. And then all day Saturday, we were also in the garden.
Yeah.
But we got our garden done. Well, no.
Minus a row and a quarter, which we're trying to figure out what to do with the row and a quarter.
I know what we need to do. We haven't put I'm the son of Homestead Wannabe. Okay,
cool.
Kiwi Homestead Wannabe.
Cool.
Okay, cool. I know what we want to do. We were going to put zucchini and squash. We just have to put the seeds in the ground.
Right.
But we got so much done.
Well, the thing is too is I've got back problems like crazy. I just got what do they call them? MRI.
Yeah.
They're trying to figure out what's wrong, and I'm just like, no, I'm getting out there and helping. And boy, oh boy, if I've not paid for it, I'm still paying for it.
Yeah. We need a tiller that you can pull behind a tractor or a cart, or not a cart, but a garden tractor.
Well, I did the tilling twice in a row, and it is a motorized tiller, but it's one of those ones that you're fighting it the whole way.
Well, and part of our garden goes uphill, it's on a slope. So when you're going down, that's great, but you got to come back up. So it was really
Finally, someone to my defense.
Oh, come on, Daniel.
Thank you, Daniel. Hats off. Thank you very much. It's usually me that gets thrown under the bus.
Anyway.
We're just having fun.
No, we are.
This is just how we are.
Yes, it is. But yes, Mary said, yay, the garden is done. You have no idea. And we got the whole garden planted this year, not just half of it like last year. Brad did a fantastic job getting it tilled, and it just looks fantastic. And so, anyhow.
There's a question here. Hubbard homesteadish. Do we still have the 8N?
Yes.
The answer is yes, but probably not for long.
Right.
We have realized that we've made some mistakes in the purchases that we've made because we didn't know. You guys got to remember, my background is in rock and roll. I played Christian music forever. I owned recording studios and video production facilities. And so this is like our 8th year being homesteaders.
Right.
And so we had like the fantasy ideas on some of these things that we should have bought. Like, oh, that tractor's beautiful, isn't it great? And so you get out here and you buy something and you don't really know what it's capable of, but it looks cool and you see them all over the place.
Well, and that 8N was a tractor when we started homesteading and I started seeing tractors. That was one I wanted to have, and so that was my mistake.
Well, but it was also my mistake too because we didn't do enough research. And then we ultimately ended up getting another tractor, a Farmall M from Preparedness Bob. The thing is this, that it can do a lot of the stuff that we need it to do. However, the implements are hard to find around here because they're specific. They're not 3-point implements, which we're learning about all that stuff. So we're probably going to be purging a lot of the things that we bought that we got wrong. Like, and then sell them to get the right ones.
Right.
For example, our horse trailer or our stock trailer, it's the wrong kind of stock trailer.
Right. We can only fit 2 animals in it. So when we want to move, we have 3 steers that are going to need to go to the butcher at about the same time. So, instead of having to drive an hour one way, we need to have a big enough trailer to be able to haul more animals.
Oh.
And if I need to take them to the vet or, whatever. So that's, we want to replace that stock trailer. And then we also want to replace our flatbed trailer because it only holds 1 ATV and pretty much nothing else. So if we want to go and drive, our ATVs somewhere to go on a ride, or a little vacation kind of thing, then we need a longer trailer.
Right. And so, but then we've got other trailers that like she's explaining, that they were just undersized or just wrong. And so we're going to just,
wrong.
So if you live in central Wisconsin, be looking for some tractors for sale and some trailers and even some implements. We're deciding whether or not we're going to try to keep something that has that universal 3-point system, which makes sense for us.
Yes.
Because then we can keep our hay fork, and then we can keep our brush hog and
the hay fork and the forks. We have a 3-point fork.
Hold on 1 second, Mama. I'm sorry. A 4.0 magnitude earthquake in Cleveland, Ohio this morning. I haven't heard that, guys.
Yeah, I hadn't either.
Wow. Is that what you guys are talking about up here about Procter & Gamble turning the electric off in a couple counties?
What?
If that's the same thing, that'd be, this is news to us.
Red flag warning over the weekend, had a fire that's still burning in Yolo County.
Oh, no.
Injury turned the electric off in a couple counties.
Yeah, Wiz and PA warned you. No excuses, says Michigan. You're right. So anyway, we're going to, you guys chatted up about that because we'll try and catch as many comments as we can. But that's news to me. I had been working pretty much outside and then, on the computer a good part of the day, but I was doing video stuff, so I don't read the news when I'm doing that.
Right. Well, and I was busy all day, so I didn't get a chance to see anything either.
Would a plow for an 8N work for other tractors? If it's a 3-point plow, or if it's a 3-point plow and your other tractor has a 3-point system, then yes.
Yeah, the 8N has a 3-point hitch and PTO. So pretty much any
a lot of implements
plow,
work with it.
A lot of implements would. It depends on how big it is. Like we can't use the ones that are 20 feet wide because the 8N doesn't have that much horsepower on the PTO to run it.
Georgia had an earthquake too. Oh my gosh! And the Procter & Gamble was California fire. Man, oh man, there seems to be a lot of junk going on.
Yeah.
It's funny because today you guys know that we endorse and love our Apex portable solar generator. And I was talking with them today, and they're going to be sending the Gen 2 for us to try out. And then if we like it, then we'll make a video on it. Yeah. But man, oh man, it seems like more and more, guys, there's all these crazy things that are happening that if you're prepared, at least it's a little bit easier to get through them, you know? I mean, imagine not having, who knows how long they won't have electric in certain spots. Right. You know? Well, and
it wasn't P&G. It wasn't Procter & Gamble.
PG&E.
Yeah, Pacific Gas and Electric.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that there's a lot of places in Cleveland that are not lit right now.
And then Georgia.
Imagine.
I can't believe there was one in Cleveland and then in Georgia.
Yeah.
That's so strange.
Well, you know, the Bible's pretty clear about the end times. Yep. The end times, there's going to be all kinds of craziness going on. And that's what, you know what, not to get too far off topic, but that's one of the reasons why we do what we do. It's the biggest reason why we have learned or starting to learn homesteading, because I don't want to get too, I promise you, I'm not trying to jump on a soapbox. These are our beliefs and you're entitled to your beliefs, and we don't try and cram anything down anybody's throat. But I do believe we're entering a time that's going to be super difficult. I'm not sure I would go so far as to say the end times, but I've just been feeling it for years, and more people that I talk to feel the same way. They know something's out there, something's on the horizon, and we had better start bonding together, people like-minded, and learning to do things, learning how to make your food, learning how to grow things. And so I would encourage you, if you're like-minded, reach out to other people like that, start to connect the dots. What happens if it was your city that there was an earthquake in? What happens if your home got partially crushed or worse? Wouldn't you want to know that somebody else in your area knows, oh my gosh, I got to find out about so-and-so, you know? So anyway, I'm going to jump down off my soapbox, but that is something that we feel very seriously about. So, okay. All right. That's a big soapbox with a lot of us on it. Yeah. That's true, man. It is what it is. Yeah. So, okay, we had in the past done channel shout-outs, and there was a big intro for it and everything, and then we kind of stopped doing it just because I think that it got tired. But by popular demand, you guys have asked for channel shout-outs. And what is that if you don't know? That means that everybody listening, everybody watching likes certain channels. Maybe it's even their own channel. This is shameless plug. The next 3 minutes, you can shamelessly plug your own channel or anybody else's who you like, and Christa is going to do her very best to read them all. So on your mark, get set, start shouting, people. Shout, shout, shout. But then after the shoutings, then you can't self-promote anymore. No. So, okay, on your mark, get set, go.
Seconds because otherwise
there's a delay. There's like a 30-second delay.
Luisano lost hot water when he was taking a shower and ran outside.
Oh.
Causing the earth to shake.
Come on now.
That's great. That is great.
All right. Curiosity Incorporated.
Life of Nina. Brer Bottom Acres, Curiosity Incorporated. Homestead Land. Oh, wait, where'd it go? I lost my spot. Simple Living Alaska, Leap of Faith Homestead, Lumina Acres, Hidden Heights Farm, Mary's Nest, Michigan Daffodil, Tiny House Prepper. They are a great couple.
We love them.
Thank you guys liking our channel. I love that.
Thank you.
Out in the Country, Tiny House Prepper again, 50 Ducks in a Hot Tub, Hands That Cook, Freedom Homestead, Homestead Tessie, Prepper Nurse One, Viking Preparedness, Country Girl, Homestead Land again. They're a new channel. Nomadic Fanatic, Haas Tools.
Oh, they make good tools.
Hubbard Homesteadish, Patriot Nurse, BFH, thank you. Fathering Autism, Josh Staten. So I hope I'm saying that right. Bare Bottom Acres, Living on a Dime, Bandana Grandma, Prepper, Princess, Debt-Free Dana, Penny Pinching Granny, The Needy Homesteader, Jonathan W. Sutton Days, Christy Forges, Alaska Prepper,
breath,
Homestead Tessie, Troy Built Tillers, Rear Independent.
We salute you all. Now, no more self-promotion.
No. Oh, wait. No. Going Batty.
Gotta
Sorry.
get going, Batty.
Gotta give.
Oh, and Preparedness Bob.
Yep, and Prester.
Oh, and Cyber Homestead. Oh, and Crazy Lady, Lamp Lady.
You got it? Are we?
That's it. No more.
No more.
No more. Okay.
That's
So,
funny.
a friend of ours is an interesting dude. He's usually on, and I'm kind of bummed that he hasn't been on to see what he's getting ready to be heralded as.
Yeah, that's true.
So, do we play it, or do we wait and see if he's even around?
I don't know. Is Roy around?
Roy is round, but that's he's like me.
I asked, is he around? Not like, is he round?
We look like.
Stop.
I don't know. But the thing is this. He is almost like the king of random stuff.
So funny.
And we had him over at the house for a sending off party for Jonathan, who's in the military now. He's in basic training right now. And I just said, you know what? We need to do like a bit where we'll call it Roy Knows. And I just said, I need you to tell me 4 random things. And so this is what happened. Uh-oh, we're paused. Here go, Roy.
At sea level, 1 square inch of
And it's not
air
working.
weighs 14.7
Of course.
pounds, I believe.
Let me try something real quick. Let me try one thing, guys.
What would Roy say? On your mark, get set,
Maybe
go.
that's why. Maybe that's why. We got to do this, and we got to do this.
Well, you can't
All
go
right,
wrong.
let's start him again. Technical difficulties. Here we go. Roy Knows.
At sea level, 1 square inch of air weighs 14.7 pounds, I believe.
All right, Roy knows.
What would Roy say?
What would Roy say? On your mark, get set, go.
Bacon.
Well, you can't go wrong.
We knew that one.
That's the answer to everything.
Roy knows.
Bacon. A beast in Dungeons and Dragons.
What?
The mind flare is really cool.
Mind flares. Okay.
Mind flares.
All right. So what do they do? These flares of mind.
They use psychotic entrances into your brain, and then they also eat your brain. They wrap
good.
around your face and they suck out your brain.
Good times. Good times. Great oldies.
Don't volunteer.
Don't volunteer.
Don't volunteer.
All right.
So there you have it, Roy. We salute you. Roy Knows.
Too funny.
They're good friends.
Yes.
They're good friends.
Him and his wife Shelley are fantastic people.
Well, yeah, and he's if you didn't know this about Roy, he's a roller skating maniac. And I kid you not, he is a roller skating maniac.
That is no lie. He is a roller skating maniac.
Yes.
They owned a roller skating rink several years ago.
And they loved it. They loved it.
Why isn't Roy on Jeopardy? Exactly.
Yeah, he should be. He would clean up, man. All right. Now, before we get to what will probably end up giving everyone stomach acid, let's get to something that won't give you stomach acid. And that is this. We've got a deal going this month. So, Mama, are you prepared to share? Are you mentally and physically?
Sure.
Okay, your mark is set. We love Thrive Life. Yes, we do. We love Thrive Life. How about you? We love them more. We love them more. I don't know what they do.
I don't either. I was just watching you.
We love them more.
Funny.
I don't know. Thrive Life is a freeze-dried food company that we are involved with, and the stuff is just amazing. It's good, fresh, unopened for 25 years. Everything you can think of, from chicken to asparagus, it's all there. It's one-word ingredients, so you make your own recipes. It's not like you get some bag of goo and you throw water in it and then you're stuck with the mush and chemicals that they give you. This is all good stuff.
And if you've watched our channel for any length of time, you guys know how picky I am, or we both are really, about having simple ingredients. Our cookbook, that's all it is. There's no can of soup mix. There's no, box of this. It's one word things, one word items that pretty much everything you have in your house.
Yeah. So what we're offering a deal this month. We're consultants for the company, which there's a lot of benefits you get from being a consultant that we can communicate to you. But for us, it's one of the biggest income sources that allows us to live out in the middle of nowhere. Every time you sell something, you get a commission. But not only that, you get a free food commission too. So while we're selling to our friends, and we're not selling really anything, they want it. And when they come and buy it from us, which they don't even, you don't store it, you don't buy it, you don't ship it. It's all drop shipped from the company.
Right.
They just go on to you guys probably know, you go onto our website, pick what you want, and then I find out, oh, cool, Scott bought some stuff. Cool.
Yeah, they had shepherd's pie for dinner.
They did. Yep. And it's a great way for you not to waste so much food.
Yep.
And if you're interested in becoming a consultant, it's an excellent business. And now Mom's going to tell you the deal we're offering.
Okay, so if you decide to become a consultant with the Business Builder Kit this month of June 2019.
Which is not
not the $30
That
kit.
one's done.
That one's over.
That.
Right. That does not qualify for this.
Right.
Only the kit that is the Business Builder Kit, which is $265. If you purchase that kit and then sign up for 3 months of deliveries, we will send you a ground beef chef pack.
Free.
For free. It's $130 value.
And they're really excellent.
Yes. The chef pack is a great way to get introduced to the products.
Jumpstart your pantry.
Right. It has, I think, 5 or 6, maybe 7 recipes, a few main dishes, and then some sides.
Bunch of ingredients.
There's 9 there's 9 pantry cans. Yeah. And then 1 seasoned can in there. The seasonings are fantastic. I absolutely love them. And it gives you the recipes and shows you what to use out of the box and then what you need from your pantry. And it makes this fantastic meal, and it serves 4.
Right.
So it's not the whole box serves 4. Each of the recipes serves 4.
Right. But just recap the deal, because if you're interested in more information, email me. It's info.bigfamilyhomestead@gmail.com.
Yes. The deal, again, is if you purchase the Business Builder Kit to become a consultant, which is a $265 value, and most of it is food. I would say probably 80% of it is food, and then the rest
more than that.
The rest is business materials. And then you sign up for the deliveries for 3 months. Then we will send you a ground beef chef pack.
Right. Okay. No more time for Thrive Life, even though we love Thrive Life. Okay, brace for impact, people. Here's the deal. Christa went with Claire to Claire's, I guess you would call it
it was an orientation
day.
Mm-hmm. At college.
And it's one of those days where it reminds you just how far things have gotten from where they should be. I'm going to let you vent a little bit, and then I'll try to just keep you on track.
Okay. First, I want to make a mention, 84 Green Bear. They don't have bacon. They do have ground beef, and they do have peanut butter powder, which makes a fantastic peanut butter. So anyway, I had to mention that. I had to talk about that.
Okay. So today was an enlightening day.
Today was an enlightening and exhausting day, honestly. I woke up at 4. We left the house at 5, drove 2.5 hours.
She got here a half hour before the live stream started.
I got back home at 6:35. Yep. So we got there at 8, spent all day listening to these professors and these administrators
drivel.
It's just complete. It was mind numbing. I honestly my head wanted to explode. I cannot count the amount of times they said the word transitioning, but they said it a lot. to the point where it made me go like, why are they saying that so many times? And I know it's a transition for kids to move from home, from high school into college. But are they trying to push another agenda?
Well, and here's the thing. Christa went with Claire, and the very first thing they did was separate them. Claire did not hang out with Christa for 90% of the day.
No.
They kept her away doing other things.
Right.
You know, and they were talking to her about all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. So yes, we got there at 8. They served breakfast and things like that. The orientation started at 9, which I didn't realize. And then we listened to some more, speeches for 45 minutes, and then we split up. I didn't see her until 3:30 this afternoon.
And they did that on purpose.
Yeah.
They were telling Claire a bunch of stuff about shots she should take, about different things.
Oh, yeah.
Like all kinds of things, the safe spaces, how you have to watch your pronouns.
Yeah, I decided to go to one of the breakout sessions because I wanted to find out what health services were available on campus. And there's actually none on campus. There is a clinic off campus, which, okay, fine. But then they give you this list of all of these things, and they give you emergency birth control.
You're in the heat of the moment. You have to get it now.
They do all of these, tests, urine tests and things like that, that are free. Okay. Then they have counseling services. And, I honestly have heard this said before.
I say it all the time.
I thought it was a joke. I really, truly thought it was a joke. But they have an art therapy room.
So if you feel like someone has offended you,
you can go
or you can't mentally handle what's going on, they set up a coloring room for you. Puppies, safe spaces.
They also have a room where you can go for puppy therapy.
Yeah.
I seriously thought it was a joke. Yeah. This is not a joke. This is serious. And then they were talking about how they're sensitive to diversity, and
what translation sensitive to diversity means. If you are not on the page with any kind of moral depravity, any kind of wackiness, if you're not good with that, if you say, no, I believe in traditional values, then you should be cast out.
I'm more angry now as I talk about it more than I was this afternoon. Now, another thing that they did, let me see, what was it?
Well, let's continue on because I'd like to add to Tyler Woods. Tyler Woods is 100% accurate. Yes. They're designed to deprogram the student towards a new agenda.
Yes.
100%. And the funny thing is these are things that I've known for a long time, but now we're living them, and it's like, whoa. And you know what? I saw an American Homestead. What's up, Zach? Hope your wife. We've been praying for your wife. Hope things are going well.
Definitely.
But this is the challenge, okay? Some jobs you cannot do without that stupid piece of paper that the college says you have to have in order to do that job. Most of the time, I feel like they're complete baloney. Like, do I want a doctor to have that piece of paper? Yes, I do. Do I want my dentist to have that piece of paper? Yes, I do. Do I really think that a teacher couldn't go through, like, say, a VOTEC? They probably could.
Nurses can go through a VOTEC.
Well, and that's the thing. But Claire is leaning now towards nursing, and she feels like it used to be education, but then she realized, I've got to be peddling this stuff.
Right. The things that they are pushing, I have to I have to peddle this to the younger children, and she morally couldn't do that.
Because I told her, I was like, you're going to have to do one of two things. You're either going to have to just go along with what they want, or you're going to have to lie.
Right.
And so, just holding on though. So basically, she's leaning in towards nursing, which you have to have that piece of paper.
Yeah, you have to have that piece of paper, and you have to have hands-on experience. Alicia's saying online schooling. You can't do
Not with nursing.
Online schooling for nursing.
For some of it you can.
Some you can, exactly. And I, Della's asking what kind of school it is. We're not going to say what school she's going to, but it is a public school. So it's just.
See, here's the thing. I don't know if there is a way around the higher education system, because the powers that be are the ones that say, to do this job, you have to have this piece of paper. You just don't get hired at a hospital if you don't have that piece of paper. Mm-hmm. Nobody's going to do that. Where's your degree? Where'd you go to school? That's that.
Right.
And so dealing with this kind of stuff now, we are a family that tries to live a Christian lifestyle. Sometimes we get it right. Sometimes we fall, just like everybody else. We're not here to say, look at us, because we don't. Don't.
No.
However, when you're going into these lions' dens, if you will, where they want to change you and manipulate you into what they are, rather than allowing you to have your own beliefs, rather than twist them, they want to twist them into what they believe. How do you manage that?
Yeah.
How do you get the stupid piece of paper without being conformed into what they want? And there's only one way in my mind. In my mind, it's Jesus. That's the only way you're going to make it through.
Right.
And so, yeah.
Yeah. So Max McGee, thank you for your comment. Claire is strong and grounded. The school is lucky to have her.
That is a blessing. That
is a huge thank you. Huge thank you. You're right. They are lucky to have her, and I hope that she
stays
firm and grounded.
Yeah.
Phoebe, there is Christian universities around here, but they are
pricey,
very expensive.
Oh,
we're talking,
gosh.
40,
Double.
50 grand
for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're not able to afford that.
Liberty University is great. Expensive.
Very expensive. Very expensive.
We looked into Prager. We looked into
Is it Northland?
No, that's the one that Hillsdale College. They're very
expensive.
Yeah, but it's like all these schools that are like, yeah, that one's great.
Yeah.
It's so much money you could never afford it.
Right. Something else that really bugged me, just made my blood boil. The dorms are co-ed dorms. Yeah, I'm not happy about that. However, hold on. The floor that she is on is all girls.
Do they all identify as girls?
I don't know, but
that drives
they're
me
all
nuts.
Girls. Okay. Now,
Did you know, sorry, pause. Did you know that Harvard Medical, not more than a decade ago, used to call that whole transgender thing a mental disorder that needed to be corrected? Mental disorder. Like you got same level as schizophrenia.
Mm-hmm.
Just for instance, just throwing that one out there.
Right. So, thankfully, the floor that she is on is all girls. However, normally half the side of the floor is all girls, and they have their own gender-specific bathroom.
Biological or whatever you pick?
No, biological.
Thank God.
The other side is male dorms that has a gender-specific bathroom. So it is a male bathroom. And the boys cannot go into the girls' bathroom. The girls cannot go into the boys' bathroom. And this is from the words of the RA at the school, she said if they identify as a different gender, there is a bathroom in the basement that has only a toilet and a sink.
Praise God, that's awesome.
However, that doesn't have a shower.
Oh.
So whichever identity that they identify with, they can use that shower.
Okay. I'm seeing a lot of really great information here, Mama, and we're going to have to come back.
Identify as a millionaire.
And we're going to have to come back because there's a lot of people saying that there are ways to get nursing degrees without having to go to an actual brick and mortar school.
Yeah. However, though, okay, Claire has tested out of the college algebra class. So she is going to only take one college, I think it's college trigonometry.
They're putting her straight in a trig.
They're putting her in trig.
And she's not good with math.
No,
this is going to be a nightmare.
And that's why she needs to be there for that class.
Good Lord.
Right. Everything else, I wouldn't mind if she just decided to step out and do it home, because she's been doing it her whole for all of high school. She's an independent lady, and I give her curriculum. I set timelines, and and she gets things done. So, it's going to be conversations that we're going to have, after she starts.
Hold on, we're going to come back to this conversation, but my blood's getting boiling, so I got to go back here.
At sea level, 1 square inch of air weighs 14.7 pounds, I believe.
All right, Roy knows.
What would Roy say?
What would Roy say? On your mark, get set, go.
Bacon.
Well, you can't go wrong.
We knew that one.
That's the answer to everything.
Roy knows.
Bacon. A beast in Dungeons and Dragons.
What?
The mind flare is really cool.
Mind flares. Okay.
Mind flares.
All right. So what do they do, these flares of mind?
They use psychotic entrances in your brain, and then they also eat your brain. They wrap
good.
around your face and they suck out your brain.
Good times. Good times. Great oldies.
Don't volunteer.
Don't volunteer.
Don't volunteer.
All right.
That made me feel a little bit better. So now, okay, Indian Hills. Okay. Yeah, you guys are giving us a lot of great ideas, and thank you so much, because we're going to go back through and watch, because if community college can get you most of the way there, she still hasn't.
Right. She can. Well, she is technically enrolled right now.
They don't have the money yet.
She would have to unenroll. Otherwise, they would still charge you.
Right.
The technical school here nearby does have a nursing program, but she has to take her general education classes.
Okay,
so
let's time out. Because all of that stuff, every school has their own little stupid rules that they have to do. There's not one that's like, oh, here's the standardized everything. And so I think we're kind of spinning our wheels right now, just talking about, well, this one does this, and she's got to get the generals for that, and because they're all different. The real question is, it seems to me that there's options that can be done where you don't have to chunk off a piece of your soul to get it.
True. That's true. So we're gonna do some more research and checking things out. I mean, because honestly,
she feels uncomfortable with it right now.
Up until this week, it's been elementary education.
Then when the rubber was starting to meet the road, she's going, oh, I really got to make this choice.
I have to make this decision. So, I lost where I was going.
Well, here's the thing too. One of the things that I wanted to try to talk about, because I don't personally like just griping about a problem if you don't have some dialogue on how maybe there's a way to move forward, because then you're just kind of like Archie Bunker, just mad about everything, and you sit back and you gripe about everything. Right. Well, so when we're talking about public education, our solution for elementary school, middle school, and high school, homeschool.
Yeah.
Homeschool. That was our solution. Our kids have gotten a better education in terms of, when our son Caleb goes to Sunday school, and they're asked to read. Caleb is now 12.
He's 10.
Yeah, I get him mixed up.
Yeah, he's 10.
No, it's okay.
He's 10.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah, no, he's 10.
Yeah, he's going to be 11. Sorry.
Right. I get them mixed
He
up.
was born in 2008.
That's right. When he's asked to read a passage of scripture, it's like, bam, nothing, no problem, not other, and I'm not picking at other kids at all.
No,
I promise you I'm not.
just ours.
But other kids are like one word, one word, and he's comprehending it and zooming through.
Mm-hmm.
And even our daughter Hope, she's reading better than most of the seniors in high school, and she's not even
she's going into the 9th grade.
Yeah.
But Claire had said that, and she was in the high school youth group, she said that Caleb reads better than 95% of the students in the youth group, in the high school youth group.
And that's one of the reasons why we homeschool. And I mean, even just from a sheer logistical standpoint, think about it. Let's say you got 3 kids that you decide you're going to homeschool. That is a 3-to-1 ratio for attention from the teacher.
Yep.
You're never going to get that anywhere else.
No. That's why there are so many kids getting pushed through grade after grade after grade, according to this No Child Left Behind. Yeah, the kids actually still don't know how to read very well or at all when they graduate high school.
Yeah.
They're just shoving these kids through just for money.
Well, let me tell you a little story. When I worked at this church in Cincinnati as a praise and worship director, there was a young lady in our youth praise team, bright girl, high school, but she ended up going to this really crazy liberal college. She was only gone one semester.
It was high school. It wasn't college.
This is my...
Oh, you're talking about somebody else then.
Okay. Only one semester, had come home, and I asked her to be involved in the praise team because I like to do that. When the kids are coming back, I want them to re-engage at church, right? Mm-hmm. Well, I made some comment about, it was basically she was unhinged mad at me, who she's never been mad at me ever before, but now unhinged mad because I said that was a man. Something simple like that. Like, that's a man, a sir. She says, well, how do you know that's a sir? How do you know that person doesn't identify differently? I'm like, whoa, one semester. And you got to wonder, okay, we know one of the biggest problems in these universities was, say it with me. What's the word? Come on. Teachers, professors who get tenure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now they're in there like a bad tick and they're not leaving.
Right.
So you've got all these whack job professors in there spewing their garbage and they can't get fired. And what's happening now is they're using those positions not only to mess with kids' minds, but they're using them as political platforms. Yeah.
There was someone who made a comment earlier saying that their son went to college the first day and the professor wore a dress. The male professor wore a dress to class.
That's fabulous.
That's ridiculous.
And don't forget, you're paying for this.
Yeah, exactly. You're
paying for this. And you know what's worse? This is what made me angry. Claire got her classes picked today. And they're forcing her to take a bunch of classes that are just stupid and pointless and mindless. And they make you, and you have to pay for them. You don't have an option.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
Why would I give you money for some stupid, excuse me. All right.
Some comments get held for review
It just automatically happens.
Because of our selected words.
Yeah.
And that's one of them. But, it's true. Tenure, it's horrible. These teachers get, contract after contract, year after year after year. They, sorry, I'm so irritated and angry about the stuff that they are making you do to get a degree.
Maybe we'll have to look into some of the suggestions that are here because there's some good suggestions.
Right.
Tina Trevino, I want to read this. But she says, I had a high school teacher that said, if you are poor, you'll always be poor. Well, Tina, that high school teacher was wrong and is stupid.
Yes.
And I would tell that high school teacher to their face, you're stupid. We live in the land of opportunity. Mm-hmm. I know people who have come from nothing. I mean, nada, and are multimillionaires. People of color can succeed. It's what you choose to do. You know, I'm not one of these people that says, oh, I was born over here and I'm stuck in this, and then, you know what, leave. Start over. Yeah. Move your butt out of there. Oh, I can't because blah, blah, blah. The I can't crowd, I don't hang with the I can't crowd. I can't because. Really? I know a guy, and if you know anybody in the Catholic world who's a musician, I know a dude who's played guitar for the Pope with his feet because he doesn't have arms. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And he's good. Mm-hmm. The dude plays guitar with his feet. Now, the I can't because crowd, sorry, I don't have a whole lot of time for that. I don't. So, yeah, anyway, the issue is what? Go ahead.
Nothing.
You're pooped.
I am tired. I'm very tired, but I'm also just very angry about all of the stuff that went on today. So.
Well, it's still not too late.
It's never too late.
Never too late. Well, you know what, too? The reality is this whole first year is like, how much of it's mostly paid for by grants and scholarships. She's gotten 95% of her school paid for with scholarships. That's how diligent she was to apply for scholarships. She did it all on her own. She got overall her whole high school GPA. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word. Was a 3.98. Yeah. For
all 4 years of high school. This kid is smart. And I know there was someone said, can she test out of the classes? Sorry, that was Alicia that said, can she test out of the classes? She has already done placement testing, and she's already tested out of several classes, but not all of them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was very cool.
You know, here's the thing, guys, just coming full circle. I know we've been talking about education and college and high school and all that, but there's a bigger systemic problem. It's what people agree to go along with in society. When you think about it, most revolutions, whether it's an actual armed conflict or whether it's a revolution of moral degradation or moral victory, it's usually done by a small percentage of the population. It's usually done by like less than 10% of the population. Why? They're the loud ones. They're the ones that will get in people's faces. They're the ones that will scream for change in the streets. And guess what? That's what's happening. Most of the people that I know disagree with all this nonsense. They're like, no way. But they're not going to be the ones that are going to go out there and put on an Antifa mask and start bullying people around. They're not the ones that'll go to somebody in a restaurant and shout in their faces until they leave. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so I don't know how we can morally push back without becoming that, because I don't want to become that.
No. Okay, I have to read Mary Beth's comment here. Public school taught my sons that Jesus was a cult leader and the disciples were part of a cult.
Come again?
Yeah, the teacher showed her the paperwork.
Oh, and why isn't that person fired?
Yeah, exactly.
They're tenured.
You know, something else Claire told me about on the way home after I finally got to talk to her. She had someone come up to her and ask her, you know, what kind of groups that she would want to be participating in. And she said, well, Bible groups. Well, I think we have some of those. But they know that there are four different Muslim groups that they
encourage you to get involved in.
Yeah.
Cover your children's eyes. Boom.
Yeah. No.
Are you kidding me?
long enough time there.
You got to be fast.
Right. But it's, you know what, Tina, okay, that was one thing that I was okay.
What?
She says they demand your child to have vaccines. That is bad because they have killed babies to make them. We decided to opt out of vaccines. Yes, I agree with you. In this particular college, they don't require vaccines. They recommend vaccines. And there was a huge long list of them.
But that's kind of neither here nor there.
Okay.
Because when it comes to vaccines, we're very selective on what we do. I mean, we're not a complete anti-vax family, but we want to know exactly what is in there. Mm-hmm. Why? Mm-hmm. Is the risk worth the reward? Because a lot of them, they just hand them out like candy. Yeah. Like, oh, you should have this. What's that one that they want young girls to have?
HPV.
And all it's designed to do is something that if they decide they're going to be sexually immoral, then they might need it, and just only a little bit.
They recommended that you have that one 3 times.
And they want to administer them to pre-puberty girls.
It's killing girls.
Mm-hmm.
The one Gardasil, I think it's called. It's killing girls. No, my children will not have those.
No. Well, we're very selective. We don't. Some of them we will allow, but like here's a common sense thing. Why would you get a chicken pox vaccine? Why?
So you don't get.
People still get it even after they've taken the vaccine.
So you don't get, what's the other one?
Measles?
No. Chicken pox leads up to, as an adult, I totally lost what it is. Renee had it just recently.
You're on your own here.
Help me out, guys. What is it? If you get chicken pox, you'll get this particular disease later on in life.
But it's not even a guarantee.
I know it's not, but it's totally gone over my head.
Shingles. Thank you, Carol.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, shingles.
It just went out my brain.
Right.
So, shingles, that's why they're saying that you should have the chickenpox vaccination. I'd rather my kids have, boys were little, so they got the chickenpox vaccine.
When we didn't do any research, they got everything.
Right.
They're just like, yeah, doctor says
it. I started doing research.
I was like, wait a minute.
And I'm like,
whoa.
No, we're not doing that. And
Nana's walking around.
I know. I heard the clicking. I was wondering what it was. So, no, German measles will happen if you have. Sorry, guys, my brain is fried.
I think it's time to be done.
What's the throat? Strep throat. It's strep throat. If you have, no, that's rheumatic fever. Forget it. I'm done.
She's spent. She's had a long day.
I, usually can think about, these things and know exactly but I'm overtired and my brain is fried from all of this transitioning that happened today.
Well, here's the bottom line, guys. We are a family of, we try to live a life that would be God-pleasing. Mm-hmm. We believe in Jesus Christ. And if you don't, we're getting ready to pray. I just want you to know we don't want to push anybody away, but we also don't want to bash anybody over the head and try to force them into a way of thinking that we have. So if that is something you don't want to do, then we'll hope to see you next week. Hope to see you back. But we're going to jump on into a time of prayer and call it a day. So with that said, here we go. Father God, we thank you so very much for each and every one of these people here. Lord, I ask that you would just, tonight, give each one of them a hug. Let them know just how much you love them. Pick them up and love on them like an unbelievably caring dad who just wants to know about your day and wants to help out, and just love on them. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Yeah. All right, you guys. Thank you for watching.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to my rant.
Yeah, well, with that, I think we got to end with a bang. So have an amazing and blessed night, guys. Bye.
Good night.